have not let her out. Okay.
Watching Facebook this morning, it opened down into the gap on the daily.
Morning.
Good morning.
March down a little bit. I like when when it gaps down like that. All we do is wait for these big names to catch a bottom and then ride them back up. Or if they continue to break down, we'll take them down. No big deal. A lot of times they'll crash real quick and then they'll recover. So we'll see what it's going to do here. So the ones that are weak, we'll look at those first.
Going by what I posted in the room this morning, been short SPY below that 415.75. I got 414.3, 410. Got this SPY put spreads that I brought home, one for this weekend and one for May. So, and I'm also short Facebook overnight.
Nice. Just gotta learn an oracle. Move it. Uptrend inside 312. There's coming off that chart right now on the weekly. 80.21 is target on this thing. What does it stand on the daily? If Oracle breaks 77.88 here, it'll be long. Bounced on the 15 minute support. So let's send an alert on this right here. Oracle will be long at break 78. Okay. All right, let's see, IT. We're always gonna look at this 10% scan first. Look at higher time frame. Pretty strong. So what am I doing these right here, the strong ones? I'm gonna put a order on the top. On the higher time frame, it's really strong. Right? So if this gap fills, it might go 50%. But we definitely want to keep an eye on it. Made a big move today. 1 minute to 15, first 15 minute candle. Jobs. There's that first 15-minute candle. Bam, pushing up this morning. All right. Thanks for figuring that. Yeah. All right, good job, guys. All right, now we go to our 2-1. 15er. We want to see everything that's pushing real big. It's moved inside. It's pretty kind of good plays right here, first thing in the morning. Speedy is pushing. Oh, damn. No, it just got me an alert on it. It's not pushing. There's that try. It came out of that try. Broke yesterday. Did it fail? No. Here. Big still pushing here. Spot Apple Roku coming down. Let's take a look at Roku. It puked yesterday. We can catch some more downside on it. A 2, pull back down. It's a Momo shoot to the downside here. You want to make a move? 2 down. So Roku short right now. Roku is short. Roku is short right now.
Sold that first put spread for $1 from 50 cents. So got a nice double out of that.
Nice. All right, the stop on this thing is at 327.50. So now let's go through and find some more stuff. Lockheed Martin. Inside the 15er. Hope it tries out here. We're gonna do it for an alert right at 388.65. I might have to look at higher time frames on that one. SEE is pushing up here. It tried out on the month, broke out a pivot, pushing up. Strong. It's still tried right now. This thing only moves $1 a day, so it'd be long on break this one here. I won't take it. I want to make a move. Tesla puke. We can't take that down. In the first 30 minutes of the day, I'm looking at scalp. Wow. Sorry, y'all. This is short. First target on Tesla, 666. Breaks at 666. We're going down there. If you want, you can wait till this tries out to get in. VIX, boom. So once that, boy, it takes that out. They'll be in trouble.
Did you put one?
Yeah, put her up.
She's asking.
Okay. I'll put her up in a second.
Okay.
Tesla's short here. First target 666. Yeah, Roku's sitting inside right now. Yeah, you got it. 212, continuation measure move weekly. It does have support right here. BA's got support here at 230, 73. Right here. It can push down a little bit and wake up. Lowe's is fixing to break down here. Baidu, here we go. This is the one I want right here. I've been waiting on this thing to break through this range. Holy shit, Baidu's fixing to be a ripper, boys and girls. As long as it don't stick its head down and pop back up.
Out of that rest of that Facebook, Big D.
What's that?
I got out of the rest of that Facebook. It's just kind of chopping around right here. So
Yeah, did
It
good,
does real
man.
good.
Got like 120 to 280 or something out of that.
yeah, this is a good trade.
Yeah, we're good.
Nice little cushion for the rest of the day. Might be falling through here though.
Baidu's working. I've been waiting on Baidu to break out of this 4 hour here. Let's pivot right here. Try to push it up this morning, breaking through. It can wick out just a hair here. I want to see it break all through. But there's a possibility it wicks down just a hair. We'll see. Like I said, when this stuff crashes in the morning like this, you can find a base and then come back up. So.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll see that flip like right around 7 o'clock. It'll just turn the other way after all the morning orders are processed.
Yeah, Lucky Martin's coming up. Beautiful trout on a weekly too. So, Lucky Martin. That's ready right now. Come on, Baidu, die. Roku.
Oh, did you take that Facebook put with me yesterday?
Not yesterday. I saw it this morning when it gapped down. So I
Okay.
just kind of got in small
Okay, good.
early on, and then it just
Because I only mentioned it, I think, in passing yesterday. So good.
No, I just saw it this morning because it gapped down below into the gap on the daily.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's
Yep.
why I took it.
Yep. I would have shorted on another bounce probably.
Yeah, it's a nice quick trade.
Baidu, I hope it moves about $20 today.
UPS is looking pretty nice on the upside.
Baidu up 20%. UPS. Take a look. Trying. Well, it's trying to break that pivot up there, ain't it? It breaks at 213.73, it'll be going. And then once you pull back on the 4 hour yesterday. Breaks at 213.73, it'll be hot. Work for that. 4 minutes of 10. Baidu die.
Facebook's still going. Oh well.
Baidu's still working. Roku's working. I mean, hell, I could be done with the day if I wanted to be. Our stop was at, I think it's 204.50. We're down here. Remember, 10 o'clock if you flip. Out of Baidu, I might get back in it, but I caught a gamma spike, $20 contract. I may get back in it, I don't know. Novak's puking. Remember, 10 o'clock, they can turn a switch on, so I'm going to take it out before I give me back. But join the ass, sell out. Novak's trying to puke. 10 o'clock, this stuff can turn right around. So Tesla, making money. Baidu, make some money. Roku, making some money.
Jerry,
All three are working.
Docu's puking. Docu's
Docu.
puking.
Nice. So if you get in a test with me, if you got in a Roku with me, or Baidu, you make some money. Nice. Yep, Docu's breaking right now. I'm still looking at Baidu. If it still wants to push after 10 o'clock, I'll get in it. It's breaking its 4 hour consolidation point here. Yeah. All this was inside the compound inside bar. You can see it right here on the monthly. All this is inside this, but it's in the lower 25%. Still working. Tesla, holy shit. There's a week's payday right there. Key is at 666 number. Lulu puking. Roku puking. Damn. There's your 212 continuation on Tesla 5 minutes. So when I'm scalping in the morning, I'm looking for these great big bars there. All right, it's an $8 move right there. It needs to break the 666 level, 666 level. After 10 o'clock, I will be looking to get back into Baidu. I'm at a Tesla right there, and I'm waiting to get out of Roku. I won't hesitate to get back in, but before 10 o'clock, I want to get my ass out. So I'm set to get out of Roku right now. Hopefully I get another push. If not, I'll just sell bid. Come on, give me another push down. And I'm at a Roku right there. Might be a mistake. I don't know. Big and green. It gave me no reason to get out. The only reason I'm getting out is because it's 10 o'clock. Before 10. Novak's kicking. Tesla, holy chicken doodles. I'm gonna get back in that on that 212 right here. It's an $8 move. There we go. There's a 30-minute candle. All right. I'd love to see a pullback here and then continue. This is a measured move right here on Tesla. 69 by 77. It's $8. So 661's target if we can get a breakthrough here. Baidu's pulling up a little bit. But look at him. This is why I don't hold before 10. Roku, this is why. This is why you sell before the flip. Don't mean I won't get back in, I will. See how it pull back instantly? 202. It's a $2 pullback. I will get back in this shit without hesitation, but now I'm looking to hold longer. That's how we do it. The key on Tesla is this pivot right here. This can wick down just a little bit before pulling back up, and then it continued to chop. All right, on that flip, I got a big old hammer lows 15. A lot of stuff's hammering out. VIX is still strong, which is going to take SPY with it. Big solid bar. Let's see if we can get a pullback here, guys. So if you took any of my calls this morning, you fucking huge and green. I'm out of everything at the moment. I'm out of everything in a moment. I will get back into something, but before 10 o'clock, I'm getting out. Yeah, we said Baidu. Yeah, I didn't put an alert. I said it right here in the chat. Called Roku as well, and Tesla. Tesla's still pushing. Tesla's short here. We're going to target that measured move. Tesla is short again. Tesla short again. Remember, it can wick down right here and pull right back up. See that brown formation I just drew there? Let's see what that holds. Baidu's coming back down. I definitely am very interested in Baidu. Long consolidation, a bigger break here. Breaking this 4-hour pivot. All right, could be at 212. Come back down to 147 at once to big break. All right, so any break below 202.58, I want to know about it. On days my ticker, my personal tickers are working, I don't scan that much. I'm looking at a bunch of stuff right now just on the screens. Lulu, Tesla, Baidu, Novax, Glows, Roku, Apple, Quartz, VIX, SPY, QQQ. 2-1, I like that. I like these insides because we can see a continuation. Info strong, still chopping at the top. We're getting a lot of hammers right now. So, Novax, keep a touch stop on it. Lulu, keep going. Let's look at that higher time frame right quick. All right, it's got room to 320. If it wants, you can come on down to 314. Baidu, here we go. Baidu's gonna be short here in just a second. Breaks below 202.52. Baidu short again. Baidu is short again. Baidu short. My thinker screen's acting up again. Oh, shit. I had the worst luck with this time. Well, I guess I make some pretty good money before things went to shit. You're welcome for that Baidu call. There's UPS. Yeah, Les. I am expecting some of this to push up. I don't know when. Some of these bigger names gonna go though. UPS is long here. Which I can't get in it, but how that goes. Novak's pushing down again. And this is lagging now. Let's turn this off. See if I can fix it. Fast. Fast is moving. It's wants that $53 level. 2 inside is to take the weekly up. This right here is a try on the daily. Came up, come back retested. It breaks that 53.36 level, it'll be hot. So it's extended right here on the 5 minute. We are gonna get this measured move right here. The target's so short, it's not very far away, so it's not worth getting in right now. I'd love to see a pullback on it. It's pushing up, but there's not much volume, so always gonna be some market manipulation there. Passing on, I guess earnings coming up or something, I'm not sure. All right, we're sitting on this, wait on this laptop to reboot. Let's see what's going on. And that's full up 10% scan. IT just gave me an alert. That's a big old gap fill. It's $30. Definitely keep an eye on this right here. What I'd like to do is go back in time and see any gap ups and to see if they filled. A couple of gaps up, they didn't fill. So this might be strong enough. It don't. I don't know. Too early to tell. Let me get your Baidu up there. Be careful with Baidu. It can stick its head still down and pull back up, but yeah, the target is pretty good. Say that broad information. A lot of times they'll stick its head down just a little bit before going higher. So the first target on Baidu is 196. If it breaks above 203.50, then you better get out of it. It can try out here for one lower. It needs enough. It needs to puke enough to get way out of range. All right, let's close that up. Let's check out major. So it looks like oil, gold, silver. That's not a good sign, is it? How about stuff ticking down, trend? Ooh, fear index is up. This is coming up slowly. So gold. Push back. Silver. A lot of stuff's down right now.
Jerry, your ABBV is popping up above yesterday's range you wanted.
ABB, what?
ABBV.
AB Bravo 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 or Bravo Bravo Victor or
Yeah.
David?
Yeah, ABBV.
Okay. Thank you. ABB, sorry. My thinker screen's not let me buy anything right now. Is that awesome? We're gonna let us stop hammering up, so careful. Oh yeah, it's push up above that 60. I like this consolidation for a push up. This right here in itself is a 212. Right there. There it is right there. 213. Try to go lower, couldn't push right back up. This right here's a measured move on the 4 hour. 1012. 115, that's a $3 move. Target's 118. Target's 118 on ABBV. Measure move here. So let's see if we can push it back above 115.65. We'll mark it up here. ABV is gonna be long here. I can't get in, so I would if I could. ABBV is long. I can't get in it. I would though. So. Let me see if I can. Yes, is always screwing me out of something. They should get it after the fact. Lowe's is coming back up here. This is the one I would be getting in. 2-2 back up in a 4-time frame continuity. There's a 2-2 15er. First target being 198.88. Lowe's is long here. Target 198.88. Lowe's is long. I want to come back up this try here. Right here on the weekly. We'll see. Everything else looks like shit. VIX are still up there. So you can ride these targets up 198.54, 199.88, 199.35, 200. If it breaks that 200 level, I'm still in Lowe's pulse from yesterday. So if I could, I'd add to it. Roku's push again. ABBV is working if you're in it. So I can't get in this shit. Tesla's short again here. We could be adding to it right now. So pushed up, tried out, pushed up, tried out. Now it's coming on down. It broke that 666 level. We can see this thing puking there $10 or $20 a day. Tesla is short. Tesla is shorter than hell. If it wants to, come on back down to 590. And I can't get in it because TOS sucks dick. Roku short. Lowe's still working. Baidu's up. ABB's pushing back just a hair. I can't get another. Should could have would, all right. I'll still stay on and work with you guys though. AMD22 down monthly. Let me see what it is. So from 666, it's pushed down $6. Let's see if we got a measured move right quick.
Walmart 2-2 on the 30, fill in the gap.
Oh shit. Oh, nice. Big hammer 60. 15 minutes to flip. Whoa, there's a lot of puking going on. Hooey gooey. 212. Hammering up right now on the 4 hour inside the day for 142.66. Gonna be ripping. Trying on the monthly. I called this as a swing a while back. Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting when it comes up to 142. It is long now. Baidu fish can come back down, but it is wicking toward the bottom. Tesla's coming on down. Roku, holy shit. Kind of makes me mad that I couldn't get back in it, but what you gonna do?
It looks like the XLV stocks are the strongest market stocks.
Tesla hit target there, even though I'm not in it.
HD is kind of looking strong today.
Oh, it is, yeah. Oh, yep, came right out of that. So that's a 212 pushing up there. All this was inside of this, push up. Measured move, 326, $4. So target's 334 on this. The first target is kind of wicking just a hair here. Needs to pull back up above 332, 55, 60. Lulu's trying to triangle it out. Roku's going for another leg down. Lows, be careful here. It could be a try the up downside. Hopefully it holds support right here and goes higher. Baidu wicking. If you're in Baidu, you may want to start to cover. Don't give any back, that's for sure. On the next push down, you might want to get out. It's 2 wicks in a row. So never let it go trade. Never let a trade go against you twice, right? So it wicks down, pulls back, and then it comes back down, pulls back again, get out. That's your sign that something's it's gonna go the other way. Dogecoin broke 50. ABBV's Momo hammer. Yeah. So good call on that one. I still got high hopes for lows here. Info, just got an alert on that. That's one ticker I've been watching. It's actually on my charts. Made a big push today. There it is. Here's a triangle. Up. Here's the first triangle up. Breaks. Triangles again. Try to take it lower today. They couldn't. They pushed right back up. Not a very big mover. Here's your measured move on it, 60.
Cherry, it looks like
And-
on the cues, looks on the 5 minute, you got a few wicks down, might be the bottom there.
Nice. Yep. Baidu's doing the same thing. We're getting a lot of hammers. I love when they find the bottom, man. People get scared it's gonna die. Man. We find that bottom.
Amgen, after taking a dive, is set sail. You might want to look at it. I mean, it's not going to keep rolling. Man, it's flying right now.
Which one?
Amgen.
MG.
And
Is
as
that
soon
right?
as I said that, it turned.
It happens.
See if it can consolidate here.
This could just be a rest before the next leg down. You just don't. Right now is a pivotal moment. It's the $1 million question. Is this a reversal or is this a pullback to the downside? Tips a big Momo or green hammer back up. When you start seeing wicks is the time that you need to pay more attention to it for sure. Now see here on Tesla's wicking down. So anytime you see these pivots, you got to be careful because sometimes price does expand on these things. So if you see right here on this top right chart, price can push down just a hair before pulling back up. That's the reason I like these pivots. So what I'm saying is, especially if you're in a trade and you're on the 5 minute or the 15 with the pivots, price can pull back just a little bit below the pivot before going higher. So, I use that if I'm in a trade. If I see a TTO and it wicks down just a hair, it's taking out the stop before pushing back up. You can plan, but it's something that you need to be aware of for sure. Yeah. So anytime, one of my rules is if I don't let a trade go against me twice. So Baidu, let's just take Baidu for example right now. Because it's more clear. Baidu 15. It wicks down here. First of all, anytime you start seeing wicks, that's a sign of, you know, buyer stepping in. It wicks down, it starts wicking again. Again, it pushes it back up, it closes back in the middle. The red bar came all the way down. Now it's going back up twice. I've done it twice already. So if it starts to push down again, there's a lot of buyers stepping in. I would sell at that point. So I wouldn't let this thing pull back against me 2 times because I would cut it, because that's telling me that there's buyers stepping in. Same thing on this 4-hour here. Let's take a look at it. Let's clear these lines here so you can see it. Baidu stuck in this range. It's been in this range for a long time. Come on. That's slow. It's been in this range right here. I wish that line was smaller. That is a pivot low right there. I've been waiting on it to break out one side of this box or the other. But just like I break down the pivot, price can wick down just a hair before pulling back up. We're seeing it on Tesla right now. Can it keep going lower? Absolutely. It's just something that you need to be aware of. Price can wick down and pull right back. So if it starts to pull back up through the box, if it starts to break back through pivot low, I'm going to start covering. But now, if these big push downs, people are going to be taking profits. Price is going to push up slowly. Lowe's is still pushing up here. Lulu's trying to come down. It's just something to be mindful of. It's something to be aware of. Would I love Baidu to die here and puke out? Absolutely. There's resistance in this level, in this area here. Resistance, support, whatever you want to call it. It's chopping. Let's look at Lulu. It's chopping in a pretty tight range right here. It's a pretty good push down this morning. It's chopping sideways. So after a big push like this right here, see it better on the 30. After a big push like that, they need a small rest before going lower. And every time frame gets its own rest. So anyway, if it breaks down lower here, first of all, you want to make sure that the upper time frame looks like it's trying to go down, or maybe there's a big pullback on the weekly. You see how it's pulling back on the weekly right now? It is making lower highs. That's not exact, but anyway, the point is it's making lower highs. Come back down. First target on this thing is 1609. So if you're just swinging, you can play these 2-2s right here off the tops. Entries that went past this right here, 333 or 4, whatever. First target is this candle here. There is a former pivot high. So I'd love to see it touch this pivot and then bounce. Because you see on the monthly, you got to first start a new month, anything can happen. The Lowe's is pushing up still. 2 down, 2 up hammer coming up. Could it go lower? Possibly. Could it go 2-2 here and come up to 400? Can. We're early to tell right now.
Hey, Jerry, you know, if you're trading the Qs, that they have their own VIX. If you use VXN instead of VIX, it gives you an idea of how the Qs are doing on the VIX.
Nice. Say that again. I'm gonna write it down.
It's VXN. So if you're trading in Qs, it gives you an idea of how the Qs is VIX is doing.
Okay. So it's like the VIX for the QQQ.
Yeah, or the NASDAQ.
Tesla coming back up here. It did find support. It did push down a little bit, taking out stops, and it's pushing up. Lowe's is coming up. Our first target's 198.88 and then 200. I bought more calls there. I didn't buy more calls. I would have bought more calls there. So anytime you're in a position you want to add to it, add it on the try back up. You get them a lot better price. This is pushing back up here. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Not being able to buy anything sucks. So here's Tesla. It pushed through this bottom pivot down here just a little bit before pulling back up. Could Tesla keep going lower? It can possibly. Big hammer on the 30. Tell you what, support needs to get back on. Oh shit, here we go. I'm talking to support. So, got me all full up. Baidu's wigging back up here. Tesla coming back up here pretty fast. People could be buying this. We don't know yet. On reversal, we want to see increasing volume. Volume is increasing pretty fast. We could see a pivot machine going back up to about 681, 682 here. But to be a reversal, I want to see a pullback or a small TTO before it goes back higher. We won't do that yet. ABV's coming back down pretty fast here.
Tesla took that 666 weekly, about 14 on the 1 minute cradle trade, up she went. Quick, $6, $5.
Nice. Activate. Let's redraw this. BF here.
Flip coming 1 minute.
The TOS is about to piss me off. Baidu's wicked up
Man.
again there.
Me and Chuck and Phone's both been on the phone. Gave them the business a couple times in the last week. So horrible. I want to get the heck out, maybe go to Interactive Brokers or something like that.
You remember the problems I had with them a while back?
Oh.
It ruined my whole day. It was on a Friday. I got in an HD. It ran up like $3 in just 5 or 10 minutes. I ended up being negative. By the time I sold, I was negative. It really took 15 or 20 minutes to sell. And it was sitting there spinning, right? So I couldn't cancel. I couldn't do anything. All right, here we go on Tesla. Got a small pullback. There's a flip. Let's see. Everything's pulled back. I hope you're out of it. Somebody's in it. All right. On Tesla, here we want to see a pullback for the next leg up. This point of control can act as support the first part of the day. Has it come back down pretty good? Well, it don't look like I'm gonna be trading today or anymore.
Remember- So this morning I posted in the chat that we had 4140 on the ES. That's where we're at right now. Posted that when we were losing 4164. Then below that we got 4140. And below that things get fugly, which is what they're doing.
So right now, this could be a pullback to the downside, or it could be a pullback, or it could be, yeah, pullback to the downside, or it could be a pullback to the upside. Let's see. If it is, we keep eye on Novax, Apple. See what else we got here. NVIDIA, Docu. Etsy's chopping around right now. So if this is a pullback on Tesla, we'll quickly get back down to 658.59. Baidu's just chopping. I won't get back in it at the moment. Let's see.
SPY on the 5 minutes, TTO looks like it could go down to 413.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Right at VWAP. I was just looking at the reason I didn't mention that is because it's good. It's going to take hugely inside 60. So just watch the 1530. That was a good entry right there at VWAP. 415.5, 414.5, which
Measure
was
that
the level I mentioned this morning was 414.5. 413.5. Below here, 410, 400 easily. Well, easily, but it's getting pretty
No
slippery.
I've sort of found out on down days, if you look at the 60-minute candle, when the second candle comes up, if it can't take out 50% of that bar, it seems to pull right back fast.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's keep an eye on these. Tesla, Novax, Docu, Roku. Hopefully it's a pullback to the upside. I don't know. Could be a pullback to the downside. Want to keep eye on these volume bars here. Yeah, it tells us the story. We read that book by Ian Yang on volume. During a pullback, we want to see volume decrease. On a reversal, we want to see it increase. Good job with SPY and Facebook, Big D.
Thank you. Still holding that May SPY too. I want to see that 410. I want to get some value out of that spread, and I want to see the market correct like it needs to, because these other SPY days have been just telling the tale. It's just awful, you know, little tight moves going nowhere. Get some liquidity, get some stops run, get some repositioning done, get earnings behind us, pull back to 400 to 410, you know, 400, 405. That would not even be extreme to pull back just a, you know, couple of percent, 2.5% would be completely in the uptrend. Just much needed.
It would be healthy for a continuation.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Probably-
exactly.
Yeah. So I'm all good with this. Got
Yeah,
no-
I mean, it's been grinding for the last couple of weeks. It's just
Yeah.
like, it's
The-
shit.
those dailies are just awful.
It's extended for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time the frame needs its own pullback, I'm very happy for the rest. Tesla's trying to push back up here. It could be a TTO on a fiver. Let's see. Got volume up. Volume decreased on that pullback. Now we're getting a continuation. Tesla's long or add to it right now. First target's going to be 677. So TTO 5 minute. Let's go. For the new guys, here's your 30 on your 30 and a 60. Here's your 2-2 reversal on Tesla. 2-2-30. Lulu's pushing back up 2-2. So we are finding a base here. We are pushing back up. Novak's 2-2 up. Roku 2-2 up. I wouldn't trade Roku because it's choppy as shit. I love these big push downs, these big red candles here. Let's see though. It's still kind of early.
Big O, what are your thoughts on Baidu?
Baidu. Baidu's kind of chopping at the moment. Are you in Baidu still?
Yeah, I'm still in Baidu because I only had 1 day trade available on my account. So I'm still, I'm like, I haven't surpassed not even a 1% loss yet. So just waiting it out, see what happens. If it goes past the 2%, I'll cut it.
Right now it's kind of chopping around. It could go either way. The thing is, it's making higher lows. It is inside on the 60, which is a good sign. We can still go either way. There's a lot of we're getting some pullbacks to the upside on all these tickers. Baidu, it kind of chops most of the day after it makes a move. It used to not be like that. It used to be big, huge moves all day long. You can see over here on the daily. I mean, it would run 20, 30 bucks a day. And if it was consistent, if it pushed down on the day, it did it all day. If it pushed up on the day, it did it all day. It's cooling up right now. So it's making higher lows and lower highs. It could go either way. I like to see a break. If it got above 203.81, I don't know what your stop is. I would just cut it for sure because it's chopping in this range right now. Need a continuation of the downside is what we need.
Yeah, that's what my thoughts were as well. And right now it's like it could go either or.
Yeah. So it's right now it's inside that box there, and you can see that on the 60. So this chop is inside. So when Rob says you can't trade an inside bar, he's talking specifically about chop because inside is a rest, consolidation, it's profit taking. It's inside. So basically, after any big move on any time frame, it needs a rest, right? It needs a rest for the next move, so it can go down or up. The good thing is it's full time frame continuity to the downside. It's breaking out of the 4-hour consolidation, which means the longer the consolidation, the bigger the break. So if it does push down here, you can see a nice, huge move down. So just hang on to it. It's your last trade. Of course, I wouldn't let it go. I wouldn't lose a bunch of money on it, but you never know. It can go either
Thanks
way.
for that explanation. I appreciate that knowledge and, yeah, if I see it go past like 2 or 380, I'm definitely gonna cut it.
Yeah, you're welcome. And anytime you have questions, just shoot them. Tesla's working right now. Lulu's coming out. Roku, Novax. So I like when they pull down. I like to find the base on them and ride them back up these big red candles. See that big red candle right there on Baidu? I'd hate for it to come bump, but dang, if it did, it'd be a big quick one. Let's look at Tesla right quick. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So when they puke real good in the morning, I love it. I love when they die in the morning. We find that base, especially 2-2 with hammers, my favorite. And the target on this is actually 683.01. It isn't a clear uptrend. It did find a base. There's a pullback and a push up. Right. So when I want to see an uptrend, I want to see that first pullback and the leg up.
Facebook's looking the same way in that 30, 2-2
Yeah.
reversal.
So Tesla target 680, and all you do is you start finding the tickers that have the biggest move to make. Novax, 182, 192. It's a $10 move. You just got to pick which one you want. Lula, or the one that you can get depending on your account size. 327, target 331 or 332, and then gap fill. You just got to pick one. Docu, same thing. Simultaneous break, they pull back up the same exact way. They all tend to follow each other. This one's still chopping inside of a range. I really like to see it break the 208, 209 level. Facebook's doing the same thing. Oh yeah, it's trying. A little bit of a range there. It needs to pop its head up out of there. Remember, we can trade these as long as in the top 25% below the base, or the same thing for the opposite side. The only thing that concerns about Facebook is it might try to fill that gap. It could be a 212 the downside. We don't know just yet.
Yeah, I'm just looking. If it breaks 316.75, I'm gonna take a scalp on it on 30.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, but you get that big hammer, it could follow the rest of them. So Novax is long here, and Tesla's long, guys. I can't get in, but you bet your ass I'll be in right now. First target on Tesla, 677.15. If you're new to trading, small wins add up. So take your money, just focus on building your account. Don't worry about adding at the moment. After you get good at your entries and find the rest that you like or continuation, then you can start staying in the position longer. In that first try, you might be red a little bit, so you got to be prepared for that. After you get good at holding an option contract long, start with one. And after you get good at it and you can hold it longer, then you can focus on adding to your position. But entry's key, When I first started trading, boy, I wanted to be in at 931. I was wanting to be in about 10 different things. Chomping at the bit to get in this stuff. And that's one reason I kind of come in between 9:45 and 10. Sometimes it's just to keep the new people out of stuff. I don't want you to, go all in the first 30 minutes before the real moves happen. Yeah, Baidu's kind of chopping a little bit right now. Yeah. Yeah. Now, say this was Thursday or Friday, and stuff's chopping. Baidu's definitely chopping. It's forming dojis. If I would probably been out already, to be honest with you. But Thursday and Friday, if it chopped any whatsoever, you've got to cut it immediately, because you can start losing money here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to put my one and only day trade available to work.
Yeah, I understand
So
100%.
I have to, give it a little more wiggle room, because if not, those day trades, they go very, very fast,
Do you have a TOS
especially
account?
with other stuff. Yeah, I use Thinkorswim, so I've
Go
got
to cash.
margin.
I'd go cash account.
Yeah, go cash account, brother.
but the thing is that you have to wait for 2 days or 3 days sometimes for the cash
Options
to
take 1
settle.
day to settle.
That's right. If you trade options, the next day your money's there.
Cash
I've
accounts
never
settle
I've never
overnight.
done options. I don't even know what that is.
Gotcha.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, they can mess you up. You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, so but when I trade the stocks, if I trade before the cash settles, which sometimes it takes almost 3 days, they give me a good faith violation.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Very
So you
quick.
really,
Well, if you're trading stocks, doesn't matter what it is, it takes 3 business days to clear. If you're trading options in a cash account, it's overnight. You need to have a
Baidu's
margin account.
breaking.
You need to have a margin account, even if you have less than $25,000. Therefore, your stocks clear overnight.
I mean, I would love to get into options. It is something that I wanted to look into. I was following a Patrick Walker, great guy, for almost a year now, paying for his services and everything, but I wasn't getting the results that I was looking for. And I've actually lost quite a bit, but but I'm not giving up until I figure this stuff out. So
Baidu broke its trend line here, so you might see a good flush. See that trend line is making higher lows. I tell you, it's cooling. So it's making lower highs and higher lows.
But yeah, if anybody ever has some time, and I mean, I'd love to go over options and stuff too. I'm just really trying to get at least this.
Yeah,
Learn this.
Send me a direct message. I'll help you.
Yeah, before putting more on my plate, I just want to at least get some sort of consistency on the stocks before just learning something else.
Yeah, the options. If you don't know what you're doing, you can get really chewed up. If I was you, I would go to the resource channel. There's a book in there. It's about options, and it's very important that you know about IV and all the Greeks, delta, gamma, theta, time decay, all that stuff before you even think about getting into options.
Try paper trading too.
Yeah, you got to be able to get in and out fast. There's a lot of people on here that'll help you. I think this Chuck, I think he's got some good videos and stuff too. I think, or somebody does. Also in the resources, there's a set of videos by this guy named Carmen Rosillo or something like that, and he basically shows you how to set up Thinkorswim to trade options. I suggest you go through that playlist as well. And post your questions in the Discord in general. There's so many people in there that'll help you. It's unreal.
Yeah, I've seen that, and I'm really touched and appreciate everybody's information and input and energy that they put in every day, to help one another out. It's a beautiful thing to see. But yeah, I will go through the resource center later on, when I have some time. Good to know that that's there. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, there's so many people that want to help you. It's crazy. Yeah, Baidu, you might see a flush here. It did break that triangle. Yep.
Hey everyone, I'm kind of curious. Those who joined Rob's room, has it really accelerated their learning curve?
I'm a member of Rob's room. I don't go in there much. The good thing about Rob's room is, well, if you have a question, he'll answer it pretty quickly. He basically tells you what's moving, what's puking. So Roku's puking, by the way. Baidu,
I
you
did
might
take
get
that
pushed
SPY
down.
fiber down. Sold some already. I'm just going to see if this 15 goes down and the inside, take the inside 30, basically lose today's lows. We'll just see. Here's that
Jerry,
4140 on the ES. Very critical. If we get going here, we could really get going down.
Yeah, check out
Like to be in.
PayPal. PayPal's TTO on the 5.
So Rob room is good if you have questions. He'll answer them pretty quickly. Yeah, TTO. I said, dang it, shoot, yeah, could be coming back down here. Big old move right there. That is basically a 2-1-2. Even though it says 2 there, it's only a 2 because it went down just a few pennies. It could have just been a pullback to the downside, we'll say here. But he'll answer your questions pretty quickly. He don't tell you what he's in. He don't tell you what to take. He don't show you how he trades the strat. So, Big D, Big D's in there. What do you think, Big D? About Rob's run. Yeah, we could see a 2-1-2 continuation measure move on PayPal right here on the 60. Yeah. He puts his watch list out there first too every day. It's a good room. You know, I couldn't be doing what I'm doing without Rob. So I, you know, of course I try to support him in that way. I don't hardly go on there much, very often. I might listen to it in the background every once in a while, but there's nothing like watching somebody trade it, right?
I think the big difference is Rob calls the signals and Jerry trades the signals. So Jerry shows you how to do it trading. Rob doesn't trade, just give you the signals.
Yeah. Yeah. So he'll say Roku short or Baidu short or Tesla long, and that's what you're going to get. Then you got to pull up Tesla and look at the higher time frames. Then you have to look at the lower time frames. And by the time you do that, the move's gone. Like you'll need to wait on a TTO to get back in it. You might be able to get, if you're quick enough, you'll get in it.
Yeah, and I heard he just covers most of your questions in the after hour sessions or something like that. Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes he will answer them sometimes in the room pretty quick. If it's just a simple basic question, yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you.
But he basically only does stocks. He don't tell you about options or anything. It's just stock.
Yeah. It'd be nice if he would show you, you know what I'm saying? And that's one reason I do it is because I don't know of many people that show how to do it, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly. Yeah, Tesla's coming in here. It needs to hold. It should have held right here at 667.50. So right now, Tesla's just chopping. Volume is decreasing on it. But here's the problem too. You got VIX ripping up here. Fixing to come outside on the 60. Gonna take SPY with it. Yeah. The good thing I like about SPY is if you see SPY here on the 5 and the 15, it has found support here. And if it breaks that 413.15, say it breaks 412.99, this thing's gone. So set an alert on that. And that could definitely turn into a 2-1-2 continuation. Measure move. And like Big Day and some other people were saying earlier, this thing's extended on the weekly. And every time frame it's on rest, and you're kind of seeing that today. Pushes up, there's a pullback, shoots right back up. Next week, pulls back, and then it pushes up. I mean, several green bars here on the weekly. As you pull back, it is healthy. They need a rest after a big push up. All right. So SPY could come on back down to about 410. Want to. It actually come down a little bit below that. Remember how these wick out? They can wick out just a hair. Baidu's gonna be working for you, buddy. If it breaks down here, you'll see another big flush. This thing's lagging here, so. All right, Baidu, if it breaks 201.17, you'll see another big push here. So, fingers crossed. See that first 3 on the 60, it tried to pick the price up, it couldn't. So it came right back down. It's found support at 201.20. It needs to break that. If you're in the green right now and it starts to pop back up some, you might want to take your money. So. EDR. Okay, so Keith, the 212s is for continuation. A 212 could also be a reversal. If you're new, you want to take your entries on the 30 and 60 to begin with. And the reason being is because the price action is a lot slower. It's easy to interpret it. Once you get pretty good at that, then you step down to 15 and then the 5. These happen on all time frames. I think Walmart did a 212 continuation measure move. The 2-2 is a 2 down, 2 up reversal. It's better if you can find that bouncing off a pivot low or a pivot high or a Brownian formation. When you see, if you see a 2-2 on a higher time frame, then you just stop. You just go down the lower time frame to gain entry, and the entry could be anything. It don't have to be a 2-1-2. It could just be a a 2 down, 2 up back in a time frame continuity. So let's look at Walmart real quick. So a 2-1-2. Here's your, if you look right here, this is your 2-1-2 continuation, right? This is a 2-1-2 reversal, right? And the strat says take it when it crosses the top of this 1. Okay? I like taking them when they cross the top of this prior high or the pullback or the TTO. It's a safer entry. I'm paying more money, but for me, it's safe. It's what works for me. Because when price comes up here, it can form a double top, pullback, reverse, do all kinds of crazy stuff. Roku's still puking if you're in it. Baidu, I would have probably pulled out as soon as it started going back up. Risk will not be. Yep. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So if you take an entry on a higher time frame, your risk is going to be a lot more. If you see a signal, if you see something setting up on a higher time frames, what you do is you go to the lower time frames, okay, and find an entry. So say this, it was a 2-2 down on the daily. You look at the 60 and you see exactly what price is doing. Then you can come on down and look for a reversal. Say it's a 2 down, 2 up on the daily. And you think price is going to keep pushing up. So what you do is you come down the lower time frame and you look for a pullback or a TTO back to the upside to gain entry into it. Or if price is pushing up, but you see a pullback on the 30 or 60, and you can find a 2-2 or a 2-1-2 back up in a full time frame continuity. So you're just looking for any signal to get in on it. Yeah. So if you take it on the lower time frame, your risk is going to be a lot smaller too. So Walmart's making higher lows right now. It's right on the day, but it's green on the quarter, month, and the week, right? So it's right on the day. So say right now, it's right on the day because of this. So when this thing starts to pop back up here, you want to look maybe for a 2-2 with a hammer back up through this, creates a pivot machine gun as it comes back up. It'll be green on the day when it crosses 142. So you can take it as it comes back up through there. Okay, and that'll take the day green. VIX just pushed up there. It's 2260. It's not a good sign for everything. Roku's still puking. Roku dying. Tell you what, I wish I could have took that again. I would still be in it right now. Look at this 212 monthly. It's a 212 weekly. Yeah. So these continuations work both ways. There's a 212 to the downside. Okay. There's a 2 down, 2 down, 2 down. On the daily. All right. So if they're downtrend with, it might find resistance or support at 294, 295. So this is going down. You want to find a pullback. You can find a pullback right here. So try to go higher and then went back down. All right. So you just want to find it going back in the direction that you want to go. SPY's still going to puke here. It's hard to explain. Tell you what, SPY breaks that 412.90. There we go. I really wouldn't concern myself too much with the higher time frames. You just want to see a pattern and know exactly where price is in relation to this overall trend. We see it's red on the week, month, on the day. So we can assume that they're selling it. All right. So basically what you want to do is find a TTO back to the downside. So anytime this thing pulls back up, so it pushes down, pulls back here, it goes inside and down. Right now it's just kind of chopping. But if this thing goes back red here, we'll take it. It's not really a prime example. There's just too much chop on that, and I'll show you something good. Yeah. Etsy is inside. Chopping inside. Yeah.
It seems the market might continue to keep going down. There's got to be some margin calls coming out here shortly.
Yeah, VIX is way up. There's 200 decliners in the market right now. The market looks bad overall. Etsy 312 monthly. Not good. Not good. Etsy might find support at 178, a big target on it. Let's run through our scan, see what's going on here. Let's look at 10%. IT. Slowly trying to gap fill. EFS. What the hell's going on with that? Volume 349,000. So it's not moving. That's weird. Jobs. Time frame. And a downtrend it pushed up today. So if I had to guess, this is probably gap fill pretty soon. Is it optional? Oh, it is. Not much volume. Ain't no volume. A little bit. Already. Let's look at that. Reggie. Looks like it filled about a little bit less than 50%. We're trying to push back up here. Ooh, look at that, monthly. Downstream hammer. There's a 2 down, 2 up. Will it hold? Mind if I trade this one? Here's another thing. This says it's red on the month, but it's green on everything else. But when you look at that, when you look at the higher time frame, it looks like garbage. So it might say it might be full time frame continuity to green or red, but if
SPY
the chart
breaking
looks
lows.
nice. So see here, I can't believe I got an alert. Okay, SPY short here. I don't know why the hell I didn't get an alert. VIX just went 2-2 outside. SPY is short here. So
Apple filled a gap fill about 2 weeks ago. It's the worst performer in the Dow.
really, shit. Give it a chop here. SPY wants to come on down here. Got room to 411. VIX pulling back just a hair. Try to make sure it don't expand. We're pushing back up. Who's that guy that was talking to her? He sounds country as me.
Yeah, no, I heard that. I was like, hey man, how you doing?
Who is that guy? That's probably my cousin.
Can't remember how I'm kin to him, but he came to Christmas.
Yeah. Hey, he's my uncle, brother, cousin.
I lived in Utah. I had a lot of them brother uncles.
My aunt, it's crazy, man. It's not my blood, but my aunt was my grandma at one time.
You know, we're going to have to come back to that. Okay.
Yeah, by marriage, not by blood.
That was a good one. That was funny.
That's for real, yeah. What's your name?
I'm John.
John, I'm Jerry. Where are you from? What state?
Oh, that's funny. South Carolina.
Okay.
I live in
Well,
Ohio, but I
Kakalaki.
brought it with me. Spent some time in Tennessee, though. Good state.
Yeah. South Carolina's pretty.
You gotta ask the proper questions. Do you have a moonshine rig in your backyard?
There you go.
AVP going right to it. I used to
Yeah.
drink a lot of moonshine in Virginia. No
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, I got some friends. They make some moonshine.
A lot of it came
Probably
from Ferrum
Howie
County,
does.
North Carolina, too. They run down there, 30-cent a gallon gas, go fill up the 68 Camaro with it, the trunk, and just haul it all
yeah.
back. Oh, so
Yeah.
you could hear him coming up the hall.
Yeah.
Here he
Yeah, my
comes.
stepdad's. He used to run it and stuff like that. He used to make it up in Tellico. And he had an old 78 Trans Am. He had some like helper springs in the back. He had a switch in the right by the steering wheel. He could turn the brake lights off.
Nitro.
Well, he could turn the brake lights off in case the cops got behind him
Oh, brake
at
lights.
nighttime.
Nice.
Yeah. But he kept that in the garage for years.
Copperhead Road.
Yeah. Pretty good stuff. He probably would put nitrogen there if he could have.
Jerry, what state do you live in?
I live in Tennessee. I live just about 10 miles north of Chattanooga, Tennessee. So I'm really close to like Alabama, Georgia. I'm like 20 minutes from Alabama, Georgia. I'm an hour and a half away from North Carolina.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of work down in Cleveland. That's
Oh, yeah.
nice country down there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm from, is Cleveland.
Yeah, I always used to joke Cleveland could just build a wall around the place and just say screw everybody. You had an
Yeah.
M&M plant and you had a Duracell battery plant.
Yep.
What else do you need?
Yep. And then Duracell. Yeah, some good stuff.
You don't
They
want
got Amazon.
you don't want one of those fancy Kodak plants?
No, we don't have one of those yet. Roku puking again. We take one now. That's a lot of work. There's a lot of work. And then there's a solar plant now up in Charleston on the other side of Cleveland. So they actually make the chemicals for solar panels up there. All kinds of stuff. But Chattanooga is one of the busiest growing cities in America right now. A lot of people, man. Property values skyrocketed in, which I don't like it. I like it. The property's going up, but dude, what used to be, you could go anywhere anytime. Now morning and evening is gridlock around here. And I live on the outskirts of Chattanooga, so it kind of sucks.
I got my silver in SPY for it's 415s at about 1206.
Nice. Roku's still working here. Vic's still strong.
Right. Yellen saying rates may have to rise to keep the economy from overheating. Mhm.
I'm sorry, what did you, Big D, what did you say Yellen said?
It just came on my squawk. Stocks may need, rates may need to rise to keep
She
the economy
just
from overheating.
blocked the Fed.
Five short right here. Not in it yet. Baidu might be working for you guys right now.
There we go,
Baidu's pushing right now.
SPY. There we
there
go.
we go. Yeah, that'll do it.
So Baidu, you can add to it. You can add to your Baidu position right now. Roku's still working. VIX is to the moon.
I mean, you
Sky's
can't
still-
keep rates at zero forever anyways, right?
Nope. It don't work. Baidu short or add to it. If you see any kind of pullback on Baidu, take your money. Don't let it go back to the red for sure. Baidu,
Yeah,
VIX to the moon.
I took it around 201.25 ish.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, let's see where it goes.
Did you end up green?
Yeah, I was green. I was green for maybe I think like 115 bucks.
Yeah, that's not bad. Small wins that up.
Mhm.
Roku's still working. Woo. Spy short here, guys. Got run to 411.
It is. I actually just sold there though, which is, everybody's got their thing. I could have held that, but I wanted into that 412.06, so I hit my 2.4 to 360 on those 415 puts. Right to there.
Apple's gonna be short here too. Breaking out of consolidation.
Oh yeah, look at that. And Snow Puke. Yeah. And Apple was gonna help the SPY.
So there's that consolidation. It was inside. It just went too. It needs to come on down just a hair. I may have to cut lows. May have to cut them. Not down much on them, but VIX, holy doodle. My daughter, tarnation. Oh yeah, university. Yeah, no, university is. Baidu come back in here. You can. Novak is fixing to be short again. Yeah, Lee University's free. You're welcome, man. Still working. We got room. Target is this level here at 411. I would suggest selling into it by joining the ask. Okay. Of course, you take your profits when you're ready. Baidu would be another ad at this point. If you're, of course, I don't think anybody's in it, but I just want to show you a point where I would add. It finally broke out.
Every SPY sector's red other than XME.
Yeah, good. So let me show you guys. Baidu pushed down. It went inside at that point. Okay. It broke out of this triangle here. You can see it. Okay. So now we're seeing a 212 continuation measurement of the downside here. Every time it breaks out of these candles here, let me put this out of the way. On this tube here, each time it wicks up and then it pulls back, you can add as soon as it crosses right here. Okay, that's just a small TTO. You can see that on the 1 minute. I'm looking how these candles act in real time, but you can see them clearly on the 1 minute. So each time this thing pulls up and pulls back, I'll add. Pulling back slightly again. So if it crosses back below 218, I would add again. I'm just showing you where you can add at. So when the trade's working, you want to add as much as you can. This chop though, on Thursday and Friday, you can't deal with it. You can't deal with it at all. SPY 1 minute. When it breaks 412.02, you can add just a small TTO on the 1 minute. And if you're watching the 5 minute candles, you can see that TTO because it pulls back the wick and then it comes back down. And all this is a 212 continuation measure move, and that measure move is 414, $2. So 412 is a measured move roughly. Okay. Yeah. 412 is a measured move, and it comes from right here. It looks like it just hit it. So I measure body. I don't measure the wicks, and I'm roughly measuring it because I want to be conservative with a move. I want to sell into that move. If you're still in SPY, you should be up pretty damn good right now. Target 411. All right. So let me
Here's my
show you.
12. There's my 412.06 bouncing, triangled them out by 5 cents.
So each time this thing TTOs on that 1 minute or 5 minute, add the beams to it. This thing comes down on the 15 here. You can see it clear on the other ones. It goes sideways and it comes back down. So this is just a 212. This right here is just a consolidation or rest for the next leg down. You can see it here, 212. These two bars compounded make one bar. If you're going to trade SPY, you need to have VIX up. The whole board's red. Crazy. Gold. Yeah, I know. On the major ETF over here, looks like gold, silver, and oil's popping. What's this? Oil. Bulls chopping. Let's look at gold. So when people get scared, they stick money in gold. Oh no, it's fucking puking, my man. Let's look at TLT. Oodie-doo, TLT, just chopping sideways. Today would have been another good day. Holy shit, I wish I'd been in Roku. Look on this, look on the higher time frame, you see it's puking. And then when the market pukes with it, it just takes it down that much faster. 212 continuation measure move on the monthly. Gold. Breaking through a pivot is a 212 continuation measure move right here on the 4 hour. I don't care if it is a green 2. That is inside. It's inside it. Just because it wicks down a penny don't mean shit to me. Inside. Measure move, it clearly